Listen up, shop owners. If you are making money here and there from your online store, but you want to be making money consistently, then that's exactly what I'm breaking down in today's video. This is one you're going to want to break out the notebook and take some notes on, because this is something that could potentially make you millions of dollars over the course of your shop's career. And we're going to get right into it. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Christina Scalera, and I'm the founder of a multiple six-figure online store that sells digital download products. And I am here today to help you do the same and do it more consistently. For starters, stop thinking about the things that you want or light you up necessarily, and start thinking about what your customers need. Because if they don't need the products that you're selling, then they are not likely to buy them, especially not on a consistent basis. Look for a problem that you can solve in someone's everyday life, not just like every day nonchalantly, but like literally something they deal with every single day. So for example, with my online store, people are booking new clients every day or almost every day, and they need a contract in order to book that client. So that's why that digital product was something that they could be using almost every day in their life, or at least every business day, and referring back to it and using it and all the different ways that they could use that digital product. If this is not just a product that they can be purchasing on a frequent basis, but also something they'll be using every day or almost every day, then that really is the gold mine of consistent sales, because you will always be top of mind for everybody that comes through your doors. The next one is something everyone knows they need to do, but they don't. And if you're not seeing consistent sales, then I highly recommend you try this out and give it a go for a month or two and see how things change. So step number 2 in getting more consistent sales is making your brand message consistent across different platforms. And if you haven't already seen all my other videos all about how to layer your content and your social media and marketing strategies, then make sure you're subscribed, you hit that like button so you don't miss those videos, and you can go back and watch the other ones I've done in the past. Putting out content for you as the business owner should feel almost kind of boring if you're doing it the right way, because it means that you are being so specific and talking about a topic so much that you're now bored of it. And if you are doing that, then you're just barely scratching the surface of your customers' interest, and therefore they're more likely to be a consistent buyer from your shop, or at least consistently send referrals your way. How do I know this? Because it's literally how I've made a passive living for the last 7 years. And it's also what I do on this channel. I feel like I'm talking about the same thing over and over and over again, yet I get more and more views and comments on every single video, even if I feel like I've made that video 5 times before. So being consistent can be not as sexy, not as fun, definitely a little bit more boring than what else you had in mind. But it also means that you aren't showing up in a very flaky or wishy-washy way, and that means that your customers can trust you a little bit more when they go to make that purchase. The third step is also another obvious one, but it's something that's really underrated, which is if you don't believe in your shop and your products, and you don't talk about your shop and products confidently, then other people are not going to feel confident shopping your store or buying your products. I mean, just think about the ways that these luxury retailers like Apple or Gucci put their products out there into the marketplace. They don't make you read 12 pages of some ad before you're able to see the shoes in person. They put them right in the front window, or if it's Apple, they don't even barely have windows. The only purpose the windows serve is just to close their store at night, but they want you to see everything in the store. They want you to see all the people in that store. And they're putting their products literally out on display for everyone to touch and play with and see and pick and put in their hands, see how heavy it is. They want people to get a really good sense and understanding of what their products are, and they're not afraid to talk about them on a continuous basis. So if you want more consistent sales, then you have to figure out how to be confident about talking about your products and maybe even showing them. I know I have definitely done a lot of behind the scenes tours of my products for people, and that has always resulted in a better sales cycle than when I hide things, not on purpose, but just forget to make a behind the scenes video or maybe a little walkthrough of what a product looks like inside. So these are things that you can be doing with your digital product to show people how to use them, how to check out, how to add to cart. These are all screen flow type videos that you could be creating that give people the experience of the product, even though the experience is not quite the same as they would have in a mall. As an added bonus, when people see you as a confident business person, they are more likely to buy from you and trust you and refer you out to others because that confidence is contagious. All right, step number 4 to consistent sales is if you've had a slow sales cycle, you'll probably want to check the functionality of your website. In probably 75 to 90% of situations that I've had with clients where they're like, I had all these sales and then suddenly I didn't. It's just a simple setting that was updated and now the cart's hidden from the main page, or when someone goes to add something to their cart, there's not what we call an event, like that little buzz that you feel from Amazon when you add something to your cart. There just needs to be some kind of event, and it needs to be functional for your customers to go from browsing your website, reading your blogs to the checkout page. If that's not happening, then it's very likely that you are not going to see consistent sales, because while your closest followers and friends will likely have the patience and the thought to email you and let you know that there's some kind of problem, the majority of your audience is not going to be this generous or as involved as someone who deeply cares about you. And they're just going to click away, X out of your site, never to be seen again. And that's a really big missed opportunity. And then finally, 5th, you'll want to make sure that your shop is getting enough exposure. It's always something you need to be seeking out and finding for your shop. Now, that's fine if you take a little break for the holidays, but I think as business owners, we sometimes forget what a nice lifestyle we actually have, where we get to wake up whenever we want and we get to work whenever we want. But we also need to remember that this is our career, this is our job. And just like someone waking up for a normal 9 to 5, we should also put in the same amount of concerted effort. Now, that's not going to come for most of us. That's not going to come during normal working hours, and that's totally fine. But there are definitely times when I find myself thinking, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to record that. I don't want to talk about whatever. I don't want to get on social media. And I have to remind myself that, if I was still working a 9 to 5 and I just didn't feel like showing up to work that day and the next day and the day after that, like what would happen? Well, I'd probably get fired and lose all my income. And so the same thing is going to happen if you just never show up for your customers, you never post new content, you never talk about your business, you never try to get on other people's podcasts or webinars with them. So if you're not getting any exposure for your business, then it's going to be dying. So I'm not a big fan of like cliche sayings, except for a handful, and this is definitely one of the ones that I hold close to my heart, which is if you're not growing, you're dying. So if you're not continuing to grow your online store and your presence, then you are dying. And it happens so fast in a world that is losing attention span every day. So don't let that be something that overwhelms or disheartens you. Let it actually be something that motivates you and reminds you that just like working a normal day job, that you need to put the same amount of effort into your own business, except for the cool thing is with your own business, it can return tenfold versus your salary at a 9 to 5 is just a salary. Hopefully you get a bonus, maybe. There is so much money to be made online and so many customers that you can thrill and delight with your products and the solutions that you provide via your online store. If you're wondering how I've figured out how to do so much so well in my online store, it's because I've done so many things so poorly. So if you want to see me make some mistakes and you want to see what I'm changing about everything in 2023 versus 2022, then there's a video that just popped up on your screen that you can watch where I dive into some of the mistakes I made and how I'll be moving forward differently based on the knowledge that I now have. I will see you over there, or I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you're subscribed, you like this video since you watched it all the way to the end. I know you did, and I will see you soon. Take care.